Hi everyone, welcome to Math 1. My name is Abby Shapland and I am the teacher of this course. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get the presentation going. So you are in the right place if you are here for Math 1 with Mrs. Shapland. My presentation objectives tonight are to give you a little bit of background about myself, a course overview, general grading practices and expectations, and discuss the remote learning environment and how that's impacted student engagement, and then also leave you with my contact information. A little bit about me. I grew up in Naperville, Illinois, so I'm somewhat local, and I attended Indiana University at Bloomington, where I got my degree in secondary special education. I have been at LT for 9 years, but 13 years in total, and I currently teach 3 sections of Math 1 and 2 sections of base. I do have my master's as a reading specialist, and I live in Old Town within Chicago with my husband pictured there, and then our 3 kids. I have twin boys who are 3 years old, Connor and Henry, and my daughter who is 1.5 years. Her name is Jane. In terms of my interests, what do I like to do? Who am I? I think of this as 2 separate parts of my life, pre-kids and post-kids. I used to have a lot of time to work out and read, which I love doing, baking or watching, NFL on Sundays, or any of those things that obviously you just have a little bit more time for. Now I am a Lego extraordinaire. I do my fair share of cleaning, and I frequent every playground there is in town. Obviously my kids are the most important part of my life, but they certainly have changed my life in a lot of ways too. Math 1, the reason you guys are here. This course is designed to give a little bit of remediation for students who need a little bit more background before going into the algebra prep class. It is very differentiated, so what I do for one student may not necessarily be what I do for another. It does align with the prep curriculum. We are working to achieve similar goals. However, the way that I do that with my class might look a little different than it does in an algebra prep class. I may modify tasks. I may break down skills into several more steps. I may be able to adjust the pacing or the workload depending on how my students are doing on a certain topic or a skill. And then my goal is to help my kids get ready for Math 2, which is the supported option for sophomore year, or algebra prep. We obviously use Common Core state standards to guide our instruction, and we have obviously our semesters are broken down, but each semester we have 4 different units. We're starting off with a basic skills review, and by the time second semester is all said and done, our students will be leaving with knowledge of how to solve the quadratic equation, which is everybody's favorite. In terms of grading, students are going to be given a grade on a 0 to 100% scale. Summative assessments are what comprise that grade, and so that includes quizzes and tests in the final exam. If a student is not happy with their summative score and wants to retake it, they're very much able to do so as long as they let me know. And then obviously we have our practice, the stuff that we do every day, the homework, the classwork, the class activities, the notes. And while those don't count towards a student's academic grade, they will be noted on Infinite Campus so we can see the progress that a student makes throughout a unit, and then hopefully obviously ends on a high note with a great summative score. In terms of a remote learning environment, obviously it's a major change for all of us. We're doing the best we can, and I've found a lot of silver linings in this type of setup. One great thing is that everything is posted online. It's one-stop shopping is what I like to refer to it in terms of my Canvas calendar. I think it's nice for students to have a resource where everything can be located rather than having to always keep track of different papers within their binders. And then another highlight is that teachers are getting really savvy in terms of incorporating different digital resources into their class as supplemental material. And oftentimes that digital resource is something that is very engaging for students. This is an example of my Canvas page. So I have my email, my Zoom links up on top. I've got the days with the learning target and the activities on the right. Anytime there is anything that I want students to have access to or that they need to do, I will link those things, as you can see right here on this page. I'm also using a program called OneNote, which allows for me to take live notes, and then I save those notes and post those online so students can reference the notes that we actually took in class after the fact in case they missed something. Delta Math is another resource that we're going to use for a lot of our practice. What's great about it is that it gives immediate feedback in the moment. You know if you're right, you know if you're wrong, and if you're incorrect, it gives you either hints or a video tutorial step by step as to how to arrive at the right answer. In terms of student engagement, we're being very crafty and creative with how we utilize Zoom in my math class. I definitely will be utilizing breakout rooms. We can do that on a variety of different ways. We can do it random. We can do it based on readiness. We can have individual breakout rooms where students meeting with myself or a paraeducator. And then we also have different features through Zoom. I love the sharing of the screen. When students do that, they can show me their work. I can see what they're doing. And it's a great way for me to check in. One thing I definitely have noticed that students are helping students and they're helping me too. So a lot of times these kids are tech savvy or tech savvier than I am, and they've been really great support along the way. This always makes me chuckle. This is not an actual picture of my class, but if you have not been on Zoom, that is what a class would look like. Reminds me a lot of the Brady Bunch. So, you know, what was once cool is now cool again, I guess. And then in terms of getting in contact with me, I do have my email up there listed. Please have your student only contact me with their LT email account. And then if you want to be better informed about what your student is up to, you can access Infinite Campus for grades, and then you can sign on as an observer on the Canvas page. Email is best, so please reach out to me then. I have already enjoyed getting to know each of your kids, and I know that even though this school year looks different, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to make it the best we can. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and thank you for joining tonight.